Hi everybody, Craig Lockard, Automotive Recruiting and Training, Day 6 of the video blogs, or vlog I guess it is. Well, at any rate, 1979, I want to be a manager. Now the fact is, I'm probably just like everybody else. I wanted to be a manager 5 minutes after I got on the sales floor and attended my first sales meeting. I was like, well, I can do that. But you know, it had been time. I enjoyed selling cars a lot, and I did pretty well at it. But you know, it's just a natural progression. You know, I wanted to manage a dealership, and I thought I had the abilities to be able to do it. I didn't really know all that it entailed, but you know, I thought I could do it. So I answered an ad, went up to Akron, Ohio, huge Chevrolet dealership. They were advertising for a closer. I didn't really know what a closer was, frankly. You know, we didn't use closers at the store I was at, and so forth, so I really didn't know. But I'm going to go get a closer's job. So I go in, I interview with this guy, and this gruff old guy, his name was Fred Gerard. Great guy. Just passed away here a few years ago, and well, he was a great guy. But he was a pretty hard-nosed guy. So he interviews me. He kind of growled when he talked, but he was a pretty interesting fella, and he gave me the job. I just talked my way into the job during the interview. Well, you know, it was like, I got home, I was married at the time, and my wife said, well, how'd it go? I said, well, I got the job. She said, what are you going to be? I said, I'm going to be a closer. She said, what's that? I said, I don't know. She said, how much money are you going to make? I said, I don't know, but I'm a manager. I'm a closer. So it was a pretty big cut in pay, I can tell you, the first year from what I made the previous year selling. But I can remember my very first day on the job. I mean the first hour. There was a salesperson there, his name was Herb Holly. Herb had to have been there 40 years selling cars, and I'm not exaggerating. He was an old-timer. So he gets it up, and I didn't realize until later, he never turned any of his deals. Never asked for help. And there was a reason I was asked to help on this deal. So so he comes to the desk. The sales manager, a guy by the name of Jerry Conover, who now works with Automex and has for 10 or 11 years now. Jerry and I have known each other for 30 plus years. He wasn't at the desk, so I just grabbed the worksheet and said, let's go make a deal. Right? It's my first hour there. I just started. Herb Holly, 40-year vet. So I get in on this deal, and literally 4.5 hours later, I close this deal. The guy loved me. Gave me tickets to the Browns game that weekend. I mean, it was a love fest. Man, I'm like, my chest is out, man. I feel like King Kong. So I go into the manager's office, the GM that hired me. Lay the deal down. There you go. That's what you hired. King Kong the closer. Yeah, well, what'd you sell? So he looks at the deal, and his face started, you can see, it looked like a cartoon. His face started getting red and then purple. He looked up at me. I thought he was going to explode. Veins coming out of his neck, sweat coming off his forehead. You dope, blah, blah, blah. And the words he said I can't really say on film, but he's screaming at me. You knucklehead moron. Do you know what car you sold? I said, yeah, I know what car I sold. I sold, this car's been in inventory. This is a 77 Chevy Impala station wagon, green, tan vinyl interior, 6-passenger, no air. It's a beast. It's been here for 2 years. Am I strong or what? He said, you dope. You sold my advertiser. What the heck's wrong with you? And he went ballistic on me. You know, frankly, back then, they would misorder cars basically on purpose, run them at a cheap price in the paper, bring people in, put them on a different car. You guys all know what that is. That's the way things were done. He said, when you go to the bathroom, I want to make sure you page me first to make sure that everything comes out all right while you're in there. You're so stupid. So, and he was serious. So that was my first deal as a manager. Several years later, a couple years later, I ended up taking his job and running that place, and that was my first experience in management there. And it was quite a first day in the car business. So I wonder how many great manager stories there are out there. Your first day in management. What was it like? You know, you know, it was like I was talking to my son the other day, one of my sons the other day, and talking about where we're at different ages. And it's like, looking back on it, I don't think I was ever ready for any job that I sold myself on. I get the job and then figure out the job later. I wonder how often that's happened to some of you out there. Hey, look, have a great day. We'll talk to you on the next vlog. Bye.